Hey everyone, Meinke here from MLive.com, joined by Justin Rogers, back here for another important game for the Lions after losing 2 straight on the road, back at home for a Thanksgiving game against the Chicago Bears. Justin, much more manageable game for the Lions. How do you see it playing out?
Kyle, they're all important games. Haven't you learned that by now?
One week at a time, right?
1 week at a time. This is a game, and I know I said this before the season, this is a game the Lions should win. They're better top to bottom than the Bears, offense, defense, even the offense, yeah. Special teams, coaching. It's a home game. This is a game the Lions should win. There's really no excuses, and this is the stretch of the season, 4 games here where it's going to decide whether this is a playoff team or not.
Yeah, I think the Bears are a little inflated right now. They have won 2 straight, but they also did it against cellar dwellers, so to say, and have beaten up on Tampa Bay last week. But I just think the Lions are so much more talented than some of the teams the Bears have beat this year. It's easy to be negative on the Lions right now because they have lost 2 straight. They did look really bad last week. But the Cardinals are really good. The Patriots are really good. These are conference-leading teams that haven't lost a game all year at home. They're going to make a lot of teams look silly. The Lions look silly. You're down on them. But the Bears are not the Cardinals. They're not the Patriots. I think the Lions will have a much better time handling Chicago.
And you mentioned that they beat the Bucs last week, but they gained 200 yards of offense in that game. I know Chicago's got a lot of weapons, but 200 yards of offense, more than half of it came in the third quarter. They're not rolling. They're still kind of in disarray. And on defense, that back 7 is a mess, and they've got bad injury problems. Lance Briggs probably not going to play. Charles Tillman's obviously out for the season. Kyle Fuller's probably not going to play. I'm hearing now Jay Ratliff, they're probably their best defensive lineman, defensive tackle, is going to be out for this contest. So, as bad as the offense has been, this is a game where the Lions should get on track, especially the passing attack. I expect Matthew Stafford, Calvin Johnson, Golden Tate to really have a big game in this one.
It should. They should. Will they is the matter at hand. And if they can't, I think then at that point there are serious concerns about this team going forward. There should be the bounce back week. There's no other way to put it. That team is in disarray. The Bears, that is, and the Lions need a touchdown in the worst way. They really need to find pay dirt and soon, because it's been a long time, and they're going to start having crisis of confidence, I think, at some point very shortly if they can't figure out what's going on, because there's no shame in losing to the Cardinals or the Patriots. That's not something you want to do, but there's no shame in it. You get shut out by the Bears and you have major issues, and this offense just needs something to go right. Listening to those guys speak this week, I was just struck at how lost they seemed. Matthew Stafford talking about, we don't even know what we're good at right now, and I mean that's a significant statement from a starting quarterback.
I half expect this team to come out and take a shot to Kelvin deep right out the gate. Very similar to the shot we saw against Miami, where they'll clear out some space with him against the safety and just throw it up and let him do what he does. That would get the monkey up the back really early in this one.
Score.
We saw this one remarkably similar, even though we never talked before we make these picks. I think the Lions are going to score a lot of points this one, or significantly more compared to what they normally do. Got it 27-20.
I have it 27-16. Again, we came at this independently. We both came up with 27 for the Lions. I don't know. I just see them. The Bears are a mess defensively, and I think the Lions, they've played their best over the past few years when their backs are against the wall, and they're at that point now this week with that having lost 2 straight. If you want to maintain contact with the Packers, you've got to win, especially considering the 2 games the Lions have to conclude the season. Pressure's on. I think they deliver on Thanksgiving, national TV. I just see this going well for the Lions. 27-16.
They played well with their backs against the wall for 1 game last year, which was Thanksgiving.
Historically, though, I mean, I just think that they would even say the same thing when they're underdogs. When the pressure's on, they feel more comfortable. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, it doesn't matter. But
probably not a good game to be a favorite then, huh?
Yeah. Well, that's true. But the pressure's on is the point. They are the favorite, but they can't lose. I mean, you can't lose any week, but that's especially true when you've lost 2 in a row. You're on national TV. It's different this week. Yeah. For Justin Rogers, I'm Meinke. We are MLive. Keep it right here.